Hello and welcome, Euro Truck Simulator 2, and this is another mod to check out thanks to DaSquirrelsNuts, because I checked out his channel and he was checking out this mod and I thought, oh yeah, I love it, I've got to go and check that out as well. So, I've been doing some housekeeping actually with my Euro Truck Simulator 2 folder. I've got rid of some of the mods that I didn't use, and I've installed some new ones. So, the deal is, I'm not sure how long I'm going to be playing this for, so I've decided, I'm going to keep it relaxed, and I'm going to keep the videos broken down to 30-minute chunks, so it'll be part 1, part 2, part 3, etc, etc. And the deal is, I'm checking out, you probably recognise it, you got different profile pics with this mod, and there's some famous actor faces that you can select as profile pics and things like that. As with the Hungary mod though, this means having to start a new profile. Yet again, a new profile, so you've got to start as a newbie once again. And so basically I'm going to check out this mod. It's a race against time at the moment because I know that the next patch for Euro Truck Simulator 2 probably isn't very far away, and when that comes out, all these mods will break, at least temporarily. So, because there's a major patch, the next patch is going to be a major update, and so I'm checking this out. Now, for the background music, I've created a playlist this time, which is a mixture of, because I only recently discovered, not very long ago, but Art Bell had returned to the airwaves. And I got my old memories of listening to Art Bell many years ago on Coast to Coast AM, and late night radio show talking about paranormal subjects and ghosts and all kinds of stuff, conspiracies, and Art Bell would make a comment that, especially when he did his Ghost to Ghost AM shows, that he would feel for the truckers. They were the long distance truck drivers that were driving on the dark highways at night. So I thought, I've got a trucking simulator here, and I think it goes very well with Art Bell, so I've dug out some Art Bell audio clips. So I shall play those in the background, along with a combination of some music which I have grabbed from RKO Remix, a Commodore 64 remix music site, and I'm going to put the links to that particular website in the description down below. So, we do Romania, that's what I put as my company status. And you notice I've called my name Steve Dracula, because, it's Romania, Transylvania and all that. So that I know what this profile is all about here. Why don't we get started? I've already done the basic initial delivery, and I have started. Also, it's winter time. It's winter time right now, still January, and although the UK doesn't have any snow at the moment, I figured let's have a winter mod here. It's probably this is going to be the only snow that I'm likely to see at the present moment in time. So I'm recording in 720p 50 frames per second, because I figured, each of these videos is going to be 30 minutes long, so I figured that's a good compromise, quality-wise, and let's get going. So I'm going to get the background music going here. My Euro truck won't out-tab to desktop, so I had to bring up the task manager. manager to get this going. So let's get trucking. A C64 remix tune, followed by an Art Bell clip, followed by another C64 remix, followed by another Art Bell clip, and that's the way that I've arranged the playlist. Holy, I got 1% damage to my trailer already. Why is everybody going so slow? Haven't had the AI patch yet, of course. Look at the truck up ahead. He's coming back the way he came. I'm glad I'm not pulling there. Good grief. What? Get ready for some Art Bell.
All right, we are accepting calls this hour from time travelers only. If you have traveled in time, or you are presently a traveler to this time, then we want to hear from that group. They are certainly open. With that in mind, top of the morning to you on the wildcard line. You are on the air. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. Hello?
Yes. We're here.
Yes, my name is Robert, and I am not quite a time traveler. I'm from a little bit different dimension than yours.
Well, that's...
And
Okay. Listen, I think that may be virtually the same thing. You claim to be from another dimension.
Yes, Senator.
I'm not a senator.
Okay. I'm sorry.
A little slip there. You haven't testified in front of a group lately, have you?
No, not at all.
I don't know. There's no other way somebody would say yes, Senator.
Well, actually, my original dimension I'm from, you are a senator of Arizona.
Well, I'll be damned. Of Arizona?
Yes, basically...
Senator Art Bell. Arizona Senator Art Bell. Boy, that has a ring to it.
Yes, it does. Definitely does. Basically, what happened in my dimension The South won the Civil War.
The
And
South won the Civil War?
Yes, at the First Battle of Bull Run, basically that's where the Civil War ended. And I am from, in an awful dimension, the Confederate States of America.
Wow! Now, did they? If the South won the Civil War, all states would be Confederate, wouldn't they?
Well, no, actually, the original Mason-Dixon line holds. There is the United States of America, which runs
at the Pennsylvania-Maryland border, roughly. Where it is
Pennsylvania-Maryland border, and also up into Canada. In the Confederate States.
Really?
Yes. Shortly after that, basically, Lincoln resigned. I loved watching your Civil War. A couple of years ago, you had the PBS special, and it was a big hit in our dimension because it was something that, we never thought that had been possible. But,
so that special appeared in your dimension as well?
Well, it didn't appear in my dimension. We just basically brought it back. We've been able to...
What about history between the ending of the Civil War, which you say was different, and now?
Yes.
It must be indeed in your dimension entirely different.
It's entirely different. Basically what happened is the United States went ahead and invaded Canada. The Confederate States of America have basically went all the way to your Panama, which is basically Mexico all the way to Central America, or just Confederate States to us. They're just another flag on our stars and bars.
So really, in that dimension, we physically possess how much of Canada?
It's all of Canada.
All right. I've really wanted Canada for a long time, and so.
Marty, if you ever come over, if I ever meet you, I'll have to take you to where I live. And
can you do that? Is that possible?
Yes, that is possible. Basically,
what about this terrible conundrum of not being able to meet yourself, though? I mean, what if I came with you and met Senator Bell? Wouldn't I possibly blink out?
No. You're just a different person from him. You're not sort of difficult to explain. I don't know. My job basically is pretty much to go out. I'm retired.
I can hear the Southern accent in you, no question about it.
Yes, but no, I'm basically retired. My job was to go out to different dimensions and sort of scout them out and see basically how they're different.
You sound a little young to be retired. Of course, who am I to talk?
I've had rejuvenation. So
rejuvenation.
Yes.
Another advantage in. By the way, how should we consider this dimension? Is there a way to phrase where you say you are from? Is it a fourth dimension, a fifth dimension?
Basically, we've explored right now about 50 different offshoots of the planet Earth.
Holy smokes! You mean different dimensional renderings of Earth?
Basically, from our dimension, how time is split differently. There's a lot of of course, there's a couple of splits where the United States lost the Cold War. We, of course, there's several where we lost the Civil War. There's one where basically Nazi Germany won.
Nazi Germany won?
World War II.
World War II. Boy, what a hellish place that must be.
Yes, it is. It's extremely bad. We basically, well, I talked to some of the people, they popped in and they saw swastikas in Richmond and they left. That's about all we know.
Now, our theoretical physicists are presently in this dimension beginning to realize there are other dimensions. Some of our best are saying that. But they're speculating 10, some more, and you're saying as many as 50.
50 that we've explored. There are a lot more. We didn't find, basically, we found part of this technology in Europa, which has an intelligent race. I don't know if it has it here. We haven't really got to the point where we could explore.
We're very curious about Europa in this dimension, thinking it might have some form of life, but probably fairly primitive.
Well, this is, I don't know quite how to explain it. This dimension's probably, it's fairly dangerous to go to.
The one we're in, you're talking about
Yes.
the one?
Yes, the one that we're in currently, Senator. Yes.
Stop with the senator stuff already.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm not a senator in this dimension.
Okay.
And I don't much have respect for a lot of them either.
Okay, well, then I apologize.
So, in fact, it worries me to even think that I might be one in another.
Okay.
But Arizona would be a good state.
It's a very nice state.
Anyway, this is no kidding on this dangerous dimension stuff. I mean, I'm reading this environmental news, and the ozone layer is getting gigantic to the point where they say it's going to be affecting us up north here the way Australia is affected. The ocean is warming. The storms are getting worse. Things are going to hell in a handbasket, really.
Well, we're concerned about that, and we're also concerned about, I guess, how conspiratorial the United States government is.
Oh, we are so conspiratorial.
It is.
Even my
true.
listeners, believe me, my listeners are so conspiratorial.
Yes.
I am too. I am too. Now that I think about it, but why are you here?
Basically, like I said, I'm here to basically to scout out different areas to determine whether or not to actually present ourselves to governments. That's one of the things I do.
Do you think that's a good idea, or do you think that's a danger? No, not such a good idea.
It's a very dangerous idea. Here to basically say that I'm from the Confederate States of America.
Mm-hmm. That's going to get you in trouble right away.
It's going to get me in trouble. We did settle the slavery issue when Robert E. Lee was president.
So you're saying then that the Confederate States did not maintain slavery,
no,
perhaps a longer period of time.
It basically it went away. He had what was called a Lafourche plan, which slaves were able to buy their freedom, and they had a choice of going back to Liberia or staying here. And if they stayed here, they had to basically move out of the state that they were originally enslaved in. And at that time, we were basically annexing Mexico, and there was a lot of land down there.
So, boy, in your dimension, we have a lot more land. I mean, we swallowed Canada in one quick bite, and then a lot of Mexico as well, huh?
Well, the Confederate States took Mexico. We took Mexico, and then what you call the United States took Canada. Yes.
So you all were rebels with a real cause.
Yes, we were. I guess now
bunch of land grabbers is what you are.
Well, that was quite a while ago.
I know. That's what they say here too. So, what is the future for this dimension? Is it a rosy one, or
I don't know.
Kind of a poopy one?
I guess the thing that we're most surprised about, since we went to a lot of dimensions with this level of technology, is the lack of space travel that you have done. I've seen other, I've seen other areas with the same tech level or the same technology that you have, and they have already have a colony on the moon. They've already landed people at Mars. They're towing asteroids.
Listen here, I'm pressed by the clock. I've got to take a break. Do you want to hold on? You're really an interesting person.
Yes, I can hold on for just a little bit longer.
Just a little longer?
Probably maybe 10 more minutes. I really don't. It's conspiratorial. I really don't like this.
All right. Give me 10 minutes. I'll be happy with that. All right. Stand by. In this dimension. I'm Art Bell, and this is Coast to Coast AM. Don't touch that dial. dimensional traveler in a moment. All right, I'm only accepting calls from time or dimensional travelers, and I'm not sure there's a really big difference. And by the way, thank you for waiting, caller. Is there a big I mean, isn't dimensional travel a type of time travel?
Not really. As far as our scientists can tell, no, not really. What happens is, I guess time is same. When I go back to my dimension, it's the same time as it is here.
So time is linear in each
yes.
different dimension.
Yes, as far as we know. I guess one thing...
So that means Art Bell, the talk show host, and Art Bell, the senator, do they live to be different ages?
Yes. Yes, they can. I mean, I know of you, at least in one other dimension, where you host you're not going to believe this, you host a talk show on the moon. You are basically broadcast from the moon.
From the moon.
From the moon. Basically,
I would entertain that option if it were given to me. Listen, there's somebody who would like to ask you a quick question. On my international line, where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Larry. I'm calling from Sudbury, Ontario, 300 miles north of Toronto.
Actually, territory that isn't even actually Canada.
That's right.
To my present.
There is an Ontario. It's just another flag in the United States.
All right. It's Robert, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. I have a question. What are the cars like there? Are there Chevys, Fords? Do they drive differently? Same kind of transmissions? Some of the names of the cars?
Really good question, Tim.
Basically, we have what's called in Atlanta, which is our equivalent of Detroit, is what's called Trafalgar Ironworks, and they have a variety of different models and makes.
So, in other words, that is your Detroit.
Yeah, Atlanta is basically our Detroit. Basically, I guess what would be called a lot of. I'm going to be polite here. I guess a lot of. Y'all prefer to call Negroes blacks, right? I want to make sure that I don't offend anybody, but blacks
in this dimension would be proper.
Okay, would be blacks.
Yes.
Okay, blacks moved up into, I guess, the Iowa area, and there's a town, very large town there called New Jerusalem, which is the
New Jerusalem in Iowa,
United States.
Now he asked about cars. Can you describe any automobiles?
Pretty much they would be the same. Ours mostly run on electric. We don't have a lot of diesel.
Figures.
We in the South prefer big muscle cars.
How can you have a muscle electric car? I guess you could if you had enough electricity.
Do you have gasoline at all?
Yeah. Do you? What?
Hello?
We lost him. We lost him. He's gone. He's gone. We lost him.
He's out of gas.
He said out of gas. He said he only had 10 minutes, and I guess
that's true.
His 10 minutes are up.
But I love questions like that, Art.
Well, so Detroit is virtually in Atlanta, huh?
Yeah, interesting. I also wanted to ask him about trains and aircraft.
How would you guys feel being consolidated as U.S., never having been...
Well, if it was the natural evolution of history, I mean, it would be fine. You know what I mean? As long as you don't force the issue. I mean, if that's the way it had happened, well, that's the way it had happened.
That's right.
We're at the same time, Canada and the United States are both very different.
So you wouldn't have that medical
very
system.
much the same.
You wouldn't have that medical system up there. You wouldn't have, but you would have.
Well, that medical system is on shaky legs right now. There's a lot of controversy.
I've heard that. Yeah. All right. Well, listen. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And you take care. Caller from Canada. Well, in this dimension.
Okay, that'll do it for part 1 of the video because I've got 26 minutes on the clock. And this is a very appropriate time to exit because I've just completed a delivery. I shall return in part 2. Good work. Did get some delivery damage penalty here. Did get some damage. Got to be very careful out on those slippery, icy roads. I shall be back in part 2.